Now, Parkzer, I think we're ready. In 5. Let me go to the bathroom, actually.
I, too, will go to the bathroom.
No.
I am back from the bathroom.
How'd it go?
Unremarkably. At Parkzer, how did the group pissing go? We literally used different bathrooms.
That is a good idea, though. I need to go start.
It's not. It's actually not a good idea to urinate at the same time into the same toilet. It's possible for a structure to have more than one toilet.
I remember when I first moved in here, I completely deflowered that toilet you just used.
I was here before you. I collected your keys for you.
There's 3 bathrooms in this place, so when Parkzer was visiting, at one point, I realized I didn't have a plunger because he was helping me like move in. I was like, we need to get a plunger for the toilet soon. What if it clogs? And he says, well, you can use the other toilet. I was like, well, what if I clog my toilet and then I clog the other toilet? He was like, I don't think that'll happen. It was like, and I was like, well, then I'll have to deflower your toilet. And there was a couple days where I was threatening.
There was no threat whatsoever.
I was threatening it for sure.
Have you ever
I
used
definitely
the
kept
plunger?
talking about deflowering your toilet. Can we
You
agree on
did,
that?
but-
Yes, like all the time.
Have you ever even used the plunger that I bought for you?
Actually, yes, the other day. I'll tell you the reason why. I got really, really high and ate too much Jack in the Box, and then I had to vomit, and then it plugged the toilet. Not a joke.
You clogged your toilet by vomiting into it?
Yeah, because of all the Jack in the Box and the ice
Did you
cream.
vomit out like a cat?
What does that mean?
Like, did a cat come out of your mouth? Like, what? How do you vomit and clog the toilet?
Because we had Mongolian barbecue, and then the
Did you swallow the
and
Jack
then-
in the Box bowl?
and then the cluck sandwich, and then fries, and then the milkshake, and then the Jack in the Box tacos, and then half a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and then that bag of Fritos, and then we cooked a 7-Eleven pizza, and I ate 2 or 3 slices of that. And all that combined into a very potent mess that deflowered my toilet. We've all been there. Somebody said we've all been there, right? It's not my fault.
We haven't. I have never been there.
Look, it's the first time I've smoked weed in a long time, and I had the memory span of about like 3 seconds, and so I would forget that I was really, really full and just keep going.
Okay. I mean, yes, I was there for that. I
Yes.
also ate a lot.
Yeah, I found out that if you just make food, Parkzer feels obligated to eat it, which is hilarious.
That's not hilarious.
Well, it's true though.
It's somewhat true, but not hilarious. We didn't have to cook the pizza. Okay, Doug said at some point, Doug restored enough of his senses to realize maybe we shouldn't be cooking 42,000 calories of food today. So he went up to me and said, hey, Parkzer, I don't want to be a burden. If we really shouldn't cook that pizza. If you don't want to cook the pizza, we don't have to cook it.
We've already had 2.5 dinners at this point within an hour, and
He
then
said that as the pizza was already in the oven and 10%
because I
cooked.
forgot the pizza was in the oven.
This is like
It's just I had the memory of like 3 seconds, so I couldn't remember that I had just eaten all the food in the previous 4 seconds ago, and then I just repeated that for like 3 straight hours. The point is that we should start sharing your toilet just to avoid situations like that.
that is not going to be helpful though.
Yeah, but what I found, so we like got a 7-Eleven giant pepperoni pizza, literally just because I thought it'd be funny to cook that because it was so egregiously over the top and more food than we needed. And then Parkzer was like, I pulled the pizza out of the oven later, or Parkzer did, I can't remember. Did I do it or did you do it?
I did.
Okay, I feel like I tried to.
I did the entire cooking process.
But I helped. And then I pulled out the pizza and I had enough wherewithal to be like, Parkzer, you don't have to eat this. This is terrible. And like, we're really full. And he was like, well, I don't want it to go to waste. So that's when I learned that if you just cook food around Parkzer, it doesn't matter if he wants it. It doesn't matter if he's already had 2 dinners and it's like 1 a.m. and I just made a giant 7-Eleven pizza for no reason. He'll just eat it. He just feels obligated to eat things. So I have a new plan where I'm going to just like go get food and then just make food and put it near him. And then I guess he just feels like, just thinks I don't want.
Idea.
That's super funny. That is super funny. Like if I just
0% funny.
if I just like bake a ham and then just put it in your room and you're like, oh, I gotta eat this now. That's very
I do.
right. That's hilarious. That's super
not.
funny.
Why would you cook a ham?
Because you just have to eat it for some reason. Most people don't do that. If a person walks up to them with a pizza at 1 a.m., they don't go, guess I have to eat this. They just throw it away or ignore it.
Why would you throw away perfectly good pizza?
Because I bought it and you didn't want it. And I didn't want it. You didn't have to eat it.
I did.
Anyways, this is like my new plan, is just to make things and just leave them around because he just won't let it go to waste. And then I can just pick,
horrible plan.
I can just make the worst food ever. And then
I reject this plan.
there are fridges for a reason. You know, I mean, he put the leftovers in the fridge and then ate them the next day because he didn't want them to go to waste. It's not like
I ate. So I cut the pizza into 8 slices, I think. You had 2 of them. Dan ate 1. I ate 3, and then I had 2 the next morning.
Which is 5 more than you should have eaten.
Correct.
Don't waste food. We're not wasting food. Parkzer finishes it all. That's what I'm saying. Thanks to him, we aren't wasting any food. That is the whole point. That's what I'm saying. And apparently that applies to literally anything that I cook in the house.
What a disaster.
No, hold on. People are saying I'm being wasteful. It's not wasteful if it's going to be consumed. What would be wasteful is if I kept making things that Parkzer was like, I don't want that, and then we threw it out. That would be wasteful. Making things knowing that Parkzer will just feel obligated to eat it and not let it go to waste is not only not wasteful, it's
make it.
very funny. Honestly, you should be thanking me. I gave you a free 7-Eleven pizza, and you never even said thanks.
Because I was not thankful for it.
Hey Doug,
fantastic.
Are you fattening up Parkzer because you plan to eat him later?
Yeah, well, so Parkzer, you've seen him. He's look, I say this with love, skinny guy, right? And unless I intervene, he's not gonna have enough blubber to get through the winter.
I don't need blubber for the winter. First of all, it actually is going to be winter soon.
Yeah, and it's going to be a absolutely frigid, like 65 degrees here in LA.
That is actually a little chilly. It goes lower than that.
It goes to like 60 at lowest. It's nothing. Somebody made a good point. If I make a horrible pizza with like the worst toppings ever intentionally, like wait, hold on. If I just order a Pizza Hut pizza and I have them put on like quintuple anchovies and, you know, I don't know, bamboo, like uncooked bamboo, just hard bamboo. Would you eat it? Would you? And I was like, hey, Parkzer, I don't want the rest of this pizza. And it's like a whole pizza, and I just put it next to your desk. Would you eat it?
I like anchovies, and I would just remove the uncooked bamboo.
Okay,
and
this is
the
great news. This is great news. Okay, there don't
this
really
don't
appear to be limits on what you feel obligated to eat in order to not waste things.
I mean, if it's edible, then I will eat it. If it's not edible, but it's in a state where I can remove inedible things from it to make the core thing edible, then I will do that and then eat the edible thing.
Okay, so it's just got to be edible. Got it. I mean, that's just
correct.
I just want to point out, though, that is a low bar. Like most people, the bar is a bit higher, particularly if you don't ask for a thing.
I mean, I can stockpile calories today and just use them tomorrow.